actress Annette Bening once said, "Acting is not about being famous, it's about exploring the human soul." Simple yet profound, and I'd like to believe that all avenues of showbiz, be it singing, dancing, painting, or even acting, the expression differs, but they all explore the human soul and experience since time immemorial. It's never all just glitz and glamour, and weekly on Trendz, we give you the lowdown on anything and everything showbiz. Welcome to the show. My name is Refilwe Muilwa. In our headlines, the annual JNB Met, one of South Africa's biggest horse racing events, is taking place tomorrow, and we spoke to fashion designer extraordinaire David Tlale. We bring you news of another South African film to be released this March, and we can safely bet you'll love it. Now, the third installment of South African Menswear Week, or SAMW16, will take place from the 3rd to the 6th of February at the Cape Town Stadium. The event, now in its 16th year, brings together more than 35 designers from across South Africa and Africa to showcase their 2016 autumn-winter range. Now, to talk to us more about this fabulous event is Simon Daner, co-founder and creative director of SA Men's Week. Welcome, Simon, to Trendz.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, the hype, the buzz, it's coming to that time again, 16 years later. What is it that you used to look forward to the most about a Men's Week?
Well, we're going actually into the third season, and I think the most exciting thing is just how we've grown over the last few years. The big thing is we've got designers from across the entire continent,
right,
whilst having the best. And the world is starting to take notice of the truly modern African design that we're showcasing.
Definitely. Now, there's more than 35 designers, but the selection criteria is very, very hectic. I mean, take us through that, and what are some of the newer emerging talented designers that will be showcased this year? What differences have been picked up already in just their style and how they express their art form through the clothes?
Okay, well, to begin, the curation process is a panel of 16 people. For our third season now, we received in excess of 300 applications from across the continent. Naturally, not everyone can make it. So we retain the best of to have consistency in schedule, and we've been adding new people as we go, and we're quite excited because the young designers are something that's really got everyone's attention. Last year, Lucanio, Rich and Nisi, and Genevieve Lyons and Augustine, for example, were our young designers, and they went on to global acclaim.
And also
Lucanio has just returned.
Range, yes.
That is spot on.
Yes.
So this year we had to identify 2 new faces, and they all helped us in identifying these people.
Okay.
And these designers are Nao Sarati and Saviwe James. And from what I've seen, just a sneak peek, I think we're looking forward to some incredible shows next week.
Okay. And so what are some of the trends? I don't know how much of a fashionista you are, because you're the creative director, of course, but just what is trendy and going into, the year and autumn for men right now?
I'm probably the worst person to ask. I think we
no,
we can put a lot of good designers together.
Yes.
But apparently it's all about really clean designs for the upcoming winter season.
Okay.
And then in terms of grooming, one of the big trends which has just been seen internationally, and I was chatting to our head producer Jen, and she was saying it echoes through all the designer requests,
okay,
as well as all the model casting, is that, for example, beards are out. So if you have a beard, shave it, because for the upcoming season, apparently it was good the last 4 or 5 seasons, but now it's time to shave that face. And it's all about looking clean cut and modern tailoring with a classical twist on it. I think that's the trends, apparently.
Okay, apparently. But yeah, guys, I hope you've heard beards are out, and the clean, simple, look is the way to go. All right, well, we wish you all the best. I mean, Simon will definitely be there, and Trendz will come back with, a lot of designers' interviews, as well as, pictures and images from there. The designers, I mean, the men, the models will be on the ramps. I'm sure every female, regardless whether they're fashionistas or just there for the eye candy, will enjoy. Thank you very much for joining us on Trendz.
Thanks for having us.
All right. We're back after the break. Stay tuned to Trendz.
it through the words that would have you by my side. Still I ponder what it would cost me. Wonder how much longer it will be. Wonder if it's time though that you would just level with me. And I would ask of tomorrow to bring me deep blue skies. I would ask of tomorrow to bring me a truthful life. I would ask of tomorrow, help me open your eyes. There's a cloud of love passing our way. Yet around and round we go. My heart goes boom, better, boom, you got me going, better, I really know one more I could tell you. I say you're always on my mind. Still I battle through the words that would have you by my side. Said I would go wherever you would ask me, over hills and the valleys and seas. If only you would let me give you the love I would have you receive. And I would ask of tomorrow to bring me deep blue skies. I would ask of tomorrow to bring me a truthful light. I would ask of tomorrow, help me open your eyes. There's a cloud of love passing our way. Yet around and round we go. And I would ask of tomorrow to bring me a truthful light. I would ask of tomorrow, help me open your eyes. There's a cloud of love passing our way.
And those were the lovely sounds of Malay welcoming us from the break. Now, the annual JNB Met, one of South Africa's biggest horse racing events, which combines fashion and style, is taking place tomorrow at the Kenilworth Racetrack in Cape Town. Now, besides being a horse racing event, the event is also a spectacle that showcases the latest fashion trends. And of course, designers, the likes of David Tlale and Gert-Johan Coetzee, have showcased at the Met over the years. Trendz caught up with designer extraordinaire himself, Mr. David Tlale, at his studio to talk to us about all the things glam ahead of the Met, and this year's theme is a rare blend of fashion, horse racing and socializing.
Hi, my name is David Tlale. I'm a fashion designer based in Johannesburg. Welcome to my studio. Today we're talking JNB Met, the rare blend. So this year's theme at the JNB Met is a rare blend. Personally, as a designer, I think it's a great theme. First of all, to say, you know, where we are today and where fashion is today is a mix of multiple cultures, multiple textures, fabrications and everything. And people have kind of like come to sort of personalize fashion for themselves. Yes, the trends are there and everything is great, but you know, you look at the street style in Johannesburg, it's like buzzing, it's on point. You look at the men, where they go to the market, whether it be in Braamfontein or in Maboneng, they dress up, they make an effort. I mean, you're surprised to see a man in a suit on a scorching day on a Saturday. And then you find those like hippies kind of thing, rocking a vintage skirt with an African print, you know, mixing it up beautifully. So I think it's a blend of different things. I mean, street culture has played a major role. Our diversity plays a major role, and also being South African is really great. And now, having to put together a rap land outfit is a fusion of luxury, I would say, also a fusion of beautiful textures, textures like lace, and also a lot of embellishment, but also to just kind of like lift fashion. People need to understand one thing. When they say a rap land, it doesn't mean now you must go crazy. This year at the JNB Met, we're dressing Lala Hirayama because she is my favorite girl. Lala's dress is really classic and slightly daring. There's elements of revealing on the dress. We're fusing elements of luxury fabrics together, Capia lace, Chantilly lace, and a bit of bling for the drama. You may not see a bit of feather, but it's still in making right now, so depends what's going to come out. And the color is very understated. We're playing along with pastel colors just to like really make her look outstanding. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of leg, just hints. I can't give you the whole description, by the way. And but it's going to be like really, it's going to have that opulent entrance, which is what we're known for. Maybe amongst the best dressed, we actually experiencing the rise of Nomzamo, which she is nailing it these days, and I think she might nail it. And also Queen Bee, she's always on point. I'm not going to mention names, but the obvious culprits, they're already out there. We will be watching with our binoculars how they just become fashion focus. So, do's and don'ts for JNB Met 2016. First of all, remember this is a fashion event. Do not be a clown. Do not look like a clown. Ladies, get off those high heels, get a wedge or get something comfortable for the day, because remember you're going to be walking around the whole day, if not running or chasing the horses, if you get to see them. And number two, gentlemen, please just remember color blocking is overrated. Actually, not even overrated, it's dead. You cannot be seen wearing color blocking. There's new ways of doing it. There's fashionable ways of doing it. Just keep it very relaxed and very casual, because as we may know, Cape Town is very hot during the season. And I know men in South Africa have just started lifting it to another level. Do not disappoint. Just make sure that you represent as well. Trendz, thank you for coming to my atelier. It was lovely having you. Looking forward to see you at the JNB Met 2016.
Thank you. And those were the words of David Tlale. Don't be a clown at the Met. Now, Standard Bank is pretty good at bringing world-renowned artists to Africa, as well as awarding emerging local talent with their young artists. Well, they're doing it again with the announcement of their latest exciting exhibition, which is also set to go into schools.
This week saw the Standard Bank Gallery announcing their next new exciting international exhibition. Henry Matisse's Rhythm and Meaning will be the first wide-ranging exhibition of Matisse's work to be held in South Africa. The exhibition will include a number of paintings, drawings, collages and prints covering all the dominant themes in the artist's body of work, from his early Fauvist years through his interest in exoticism and Orientalism to the paper cutouts that he produced in the last years of his life. The core work in the exhibition will be the full suite of 20 impressions for the prints in the artist's book Jazz, some of the best known and most celebrated work of Matisse's.
Standard Bank, we really believe that we're part of the fabric of society, and it's not only about financial and economic support, it's also about cultural development. And to that end, we really believe that the arts in all forms are crucial to that, and it's something that we like to bring to the people of South Africa.
In collaboration with Standard Bank, the Embassy of France in South Africa, the French Institute of South Africa, and the Musée Matisse in La Cateau-Cambrésis, France, the exhibition will be co-curated by Patrice Depape, director of the Musée Matisse.
When we built the project, I discovered a lot of common points with the area, the birthplace of Matisse, who was the birthplace where we practiced textiles and so on and so on. Also, a common point with a fight of Matisse for the freedom, you know. Mm-hmm. So we decided to show all the work of Matisse between the beginning of his life and the end of his life. So with also the different technique, and we have like a red line, the way of he draw with the freedom of the hand, in fact.
Not only is this a uniquely artistic experience for art lovers, but it is also an opportunity for scholars to learn about and develop a love for art and culture. The works will be drawn primarily from the collection of Musée Matisse, which was established by Matisse himself in 1952, and will be augmented with works from private collectors and the Johannesburg Art Gallery. An extensive educational program aimed at primary and secondary school learners as well as general art lovers and public will support the exhibition.
We'll have a three-pronged approach. We'll have a program for primary schools, which will include brochures and documents and books to be distributed. We'll have a special purpose bus that will travel to these schools, and we will use art students from the University of Johannesburg to go and lecture and tutor students in primary schools. For secondary school children, they will be coming to the gallery and they will have guided tours and lectures in the gallery, as well as material specifically prepared for this, and hopefully this will not only help them with the curricula but also stimulate an interest in art in general.
Henry Matisse, Rhythm and Meaning will be exhibited from 13 July to 17 September 2016.
Now, you heard her when we started this segment. Summer Award winner Malehlo Kahlalele, whom we have all come to love and know as Male, has been nominated 3 times for the 15th Annual Metro FM Awards, which will be held in February on the 27th. Now, she is without a doubt destined by song to be one of the biggest talents to come out of Africa. Her story is far from complete, as it is also far from where her story began, in the heart of the majestic mountain kingdom of Lesotho. Welcome to the show, Male.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.
I really appreciate it.
And that track, I mean, I know you are well into, you know, promoting other songs for your second album,
Yeah.
but I mean, you make my heart go.
It's
everybody's favorite.
Just really exciting, the response that we received for that particular song.
Yeah.
You know, it was recently, last year, listed on the UK Guardian as one of the top 5 songs to come out of Africa.
Wow.
And I mean, it's just a huge honor
Wow.
that the reception
As
has
I
been
say,
so
and how
amazing.
many years have you been in the industry, like formally?
Formally, since I was 18, so a little
Okay.
over 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that I've been
wow.
doing
You've
this
been slogging
professionally.
away, and I mean, this is the time. It is your time. Now, congratulations on the 3 awards. Have you started writing your acceptance speech?
Oh, Lord.
I know you have. Okay, you've written at least 1 or 2 drafts in your head.
You know what? To be honest, thank you. I mean, it's really an honor. It's a privilege, and really one of my dreams come true, that I'm part of a fast-growing industry, and I'm one of the practitioners who is contributing to the African sound. So for me to have 3 nominations at these awards I've won already. As far as I'm concerned.
No, you definitely will be taking that statuette home as well, and I hope it definitely will be more than 1. Now, you're very much in an industry, and even in South Africa or Africa, where over and above your vocal prowess, it's about what you're wearing, how much or even how little you're wearing. Now,
Right.
you've been in the industry for, over a decade or so. How is it that you have come out as this artist who says, you know what, I'm putting my vocals over everything else, regardless of, what the social space is saying, sex sells and whatnot? What is it that grounds you to say it's about my music first and foremost?
Indeed, it truly is about the music. I mean, for me as an artist, nothing is more important than the song and the message that the song has to offer the spirits that are in need of that kind of inspiration. As an artist, I think the most important thing in making music is to recognize that it's not about you. It's not about the fame. It's not about the money. It's not
All
about
that
the
can come and
celebrity
go in a
status.
second.
Yeah, I think it's important to recognize just the power of music, the barriers that it overcomes. And I really tried my best to remain humble in this space, you know.
What happens though? Tell me about what happens when you go home. Like, that must be absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
you know, of course, some people will treat you differently and all, and I doubt that you treat them in any way that is lesser than. But just what is the frenzy like? Have you gotten used to it?
You know what? It's overwhelming and really humbling as well. You know, I was recently at the Lesotho Tourism Festival and performed in front of an audience of over 10,000 people.
Wow.
And it was great to be home and to be an artist who always tries their best wherever I go in the world to raise that flag that I'm from Lesotho and I'm proud to be a Lesotho. So the love that Basotho have shown me has been humbling, and I've really appreciated it. But it's great. People are very supportive of both albums, Stepchild, You Make My Heart Go, and have always just said how proud they are of the fact that I always try my best to represent, you know. So it's lovely, and my parents happen to be at the festival as well, which
awesome.
is, you know, one of those moments that's very special, you know, obviously.
Priceless.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Male. Thank you so very much for joining us, gracing our Trendz stage.
Thank
you know,
you.
You've made my heart very happy, certainly today, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
all our viewers, you know, go out and support, you know, her album.
And thank you for the support. You know, people have been voting. Of course, it's star 120 star 602 hash.
That's right.
So please do vote for me in all three categories: Best Female, Best African, Pop, as well as the R&B single category.
27th of Feb, you are taking them home.
Thank you.
Thank you, Male. Again, to vote for her, the SMS number is star 120 star 602 hash. Now, stay tuned. After the break, we are back with more on Trendz. Welcome back from the ad break. Now, Kenya's public service taxis, also known as matatus, are probably some of the most colorful, a little bit chaotic, and best expressions of the country's pop culture. They come in all colors, graffiti, and with loud music, wireless internet connection, and small screens that play the latest music videos. So, obviously, many young Kenyans earn a living working in the industry, either as totes, drivers, or even the artists that provide the art for the taxis. Now, the country's first public transport regulator says the loud and obscene music and disco lights must go. So they began a crackdown that will see the vehicles stick to the set public service vehicle operators regulations. Now, will that destroy the popular matatu culture? Well, our correspondent Sarah Kimani spent a day inside the matatu world and filed this report for us.
Inside a typical manyanga, Swahili slang for a modified public transport service vehicle. A typical pimped-up matatu must be colorful, have extra fitted music systems, and nowadays the owners even go an extra mile and fix video systems and wireless internet connection. That is Kenya's matatu culture.
The matatu culture entails things to do with full entertainment.
This is where it all starts, in special garages where artists like 27-year-old Great will work to change the face of the original vehicle to one that will not just turn heads but fortunes for the owner.
We're targeting the universities, the institution with more of young people than the older generation. So as for them to enjoy, you have to live to the expectation and to do the things the way they want it to be done. So they like it this way, they like it when it's pimped like this with some music, extra TV sets.
Great, a graphics design graduate, has been at it for 7 years now, during which time he has seen trends change depending on the issues of the day. He's reaping big. In a month, he can work on up to 10 vehicles. Great is walking in the footsteps of Mohammed, better known as Moha Graphics, a veteran matatu graffiti artist. Moha has been a graffiti artist for 20 years now. It is easy to know what is trending at home and abroad just by looking at the latest matatus.
The thing is, matatu is a culture for Kenya, only in Kenya. And this graffiti is like identity to every kind of person who owns a matatu. You see, because like if I own a matatu, I love Manchester or I love hip hop, I'll try and put something what I like on that matatu so I can display what I love.
Like this one, he loves Elvis, and
his first matatu, it was called Rockers. So I stuck with that theme.
It is not only the artists who work on a vehicle. You have carpenters, tailors, sound and lighting personnel, among others. That will set the owner back by between $3,000 to $15,000. The loud music and the bright colors mean they fill up faster. They have younger drivers and conductors who will easily go with the latest fashion and music trends. The more trips a matatu makes, the more money for the owner.
If yours doesn't have music, you'll find that some even alight the one which doesn't, and they come inside the one which has.
They are new cars, well maintained, and they move faster than the other ones, because the other ones, they are old. Even if they're not old, maybe the drivers are just old guys who just drive slowly. But these manyangas, these which ones are peeped, they're always in competition. They want to reach the stage before the other ones, so it's more convenient for passengers.
Therein lies the problem. The National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, has launched an operation to get the owners to obey laws governing public service vehicles. No more graffitis covering the windscreen and the back windows, no more modified exhaust pipes, and the sound levels must come down. Those who do not comply risk losing their licenses.
Even if you want to allow creativity and encourage the young people, it must be done within a framework that also encourages the other people.
Without a proper public transport services system, millions of Kenyans depend on matatus for their daily transportation. It is a multi-million shillings industry employing thousands of young Kenyans. It encompasses not just the public services sector, but also the creatives industry. The Kenyan government saying in the light of lack of regulation, they will be forced to step in and bring some sanity into the matatu industry. Opinion is divided on how best to go about it.
It's like they're killing one culture.
These matatus are entertaining, and I think we should keep them for the uniqueness they have in them.
Without music.
Why?
Because especially when I'm from school, I do read. So I always don't concentrate.
Well, a delicate balance for a government eager to create jobs, while at the same time ensuring law and order is maintained. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Nairobi, Kenya.
So interesting. Now leading the race to the Oscars is the pioneer-era drama The Revenant. Not only has it bagged an impressive 12 nominations, including the coveted award for Best Picture, but what truly will make it one for the history books is that the film's lead actor, Leonardo DiCaprio, is nominated for the 5th time. Many believe, as do I, that this will indeed be his lucky number 5. We asked a few South Africans as to what their opinion was on the matter at a special screening of the film.
It's hashtag Oscar Buzz time again. I'm right here at the headquarters of Sterk & Co in Sandton, Johannesburg, where we're about to watch one of the films that is leading in the Academy Awards races with 12 nominations under its belt. Among others, The Revenant is nominated for Best Picture and Best Actor in a lead role for Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo plays a frontiersman who, on a fur trading exhibition, is mauled by a bear and left for dead by the members of his team. Now we're here to find out, is this the year that Leonardo gets the Oscar? Do stay tuned.
We are here to launch the Oscar Buzz campaign. It's a campaign that's at Sterk & Co in Cinema Nouveau. We've run for many, many years, and it's really important for the arts and for the love of film to celebrate great craft and great filmmaking. Oscar Buzz this year involves a slightly different take on it. There's some really exciting nominations, and what we are doing this year is we're encouraging the broader South African market to imagine if what the acceptance speech would be at the Oscar ceremony should, for example, Leonardo DiCaprio win it. And we're trying to get some real traction and add to the buzz already around these films, around the nominations, around what they might say. Everyone loves the Oscar ceremony, and they enjoy it more once they've seen the film.
Now, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this year's Academy Awards with the fact that not one person of color has been nominated. This brings to the forefront the fact that Jada Pinkett Smith as well as Spike Lee have threatened to boycott this year's Academy Awards. Now, this evening wouldn't have ended well if we hadn't asked at least a few people what their thoughts are on this matter. Is it a matter of race or is it a matter of talent?
Look, honestly, this year there were a couple of performances that really could have been in the nomination. I mean, Idris Elba is one of the performances. Can't remember the name of the movie now, but he plays a warlord. Yes, Beast of the New Nation. Then there's Will Smith in Concussion. He's also very good in the movie. I saw it earlier on. Actually, last year I saw it, and he's fabulous in the film as well. So he's definitely up there with the better performances. Look, I don't know. I can't speak for the Academy because I'm not part of it, so I have no idea what's going on in their minds. But yeah, look, it does come down to an all-white men's club at the end of the day, so it is a bit of a pity, but it's also a bit of a pity for me that it becomes such a major issue.
I think it's always, at the end of the day, a matter of talent. You've got too many people to vote to think that an Oscar is just going to go to somebody that's mediocre. I think all your nominees up there are so great enough that if they win, color, language, genre, doesn't matter anymore.
I always think it's a pity when race is a factor, but unfortunately it's a reality of life, and you would almost wish that a platform like the Oscars will be representative of the kind of talent and the work that's been put out there. So, it should always be like a direct reflection of what's come out in that year and what's eligible to be nominated. So yes, it would have been nice to see a more representative nominee list.
The safe thing to do is track a new course back up online.
Then what we gonna do? Sit out there like a bunch of goddamn ducks? You and your half-breed son get to walk on out?
Does Leonardo deserve an Oscar for this one?
The movie was exceptional. It's every single thing they said it was going to be. And Alejandro is an amazing director. I mean, he did Birdman, which was just broke, conventional film style. I just love how he gets you in on the action. You feel the tension, you feel the pain. And Leo obviously portrayed that really well. Tom Hardy was also brilliant in the movie. Definitely deserves the Oscar for this one. If he doesn't get the Oscar, then they're hating. Somebody's hating on him. I think the person who's giving out Oscars, Leo, probably dated them, broke up with them, and now she's like, I'm going to show you. Nothing for you ever.
If he doesn't get it, I don't know where it's going to go, to be honest. It's mind-blowing. It's a sort of movie that there's so much emotion behind it. You're on a roller coaster the whole time. It is indescribable. You've actually just got to go and see it because nobody can tell you about it.
The movie was brilliant. If Leonardo doesn't get it, give it to the Bay. But, one of the cast members better get an award. I think, it's an authentic movie. I think, apart from the fact that it is a movie, it feels so authentic, real. You feel like they're stabbing you when someone's getting stabbed. So it's an insane movie, yeah.
Needs to be cared for as long as necessary. I understand.
How?
Should Leonardo win the Oscar, what do you think his acceptance speech would sound like?
Well, hopefully he'll have a lot more to say than he actually did in the movie, because there wasn't a hell of a lot that he had to say in the movie. Hopefully it's more than...
And that brings us to the end of our special screening of The Revenant. And as you heard, this movie only got rave reviews. So this is me holding thumbs and crossing fingers for Leonardo.
After the break, excitement as we profile another South African film that will surely wow audiences. It's written by Bonginhlanhla Ncube, better known as Mr. B. And we also have Malesh. She's still with us in studio and she's going to play us out. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and we're almost at the end of Trendz. The South African film scene will this March add to its catalogue of amazing and world-class cinematic productions with the nationwide release of a film called Safe Bet. The film, which stars Wandile Molebatsi, Luthuli Dlamini and Godfrey Thobejane, has already scooped numerous awards on the international festival circuit with wins at the Global Independent Film Awards, Silicon Valley African Film Festival and the Queen City Film Festival, amongst others. Have a look.
How did I get here? I was an ordinary guy. Go to work, go home, then go to work. And then comes the abnormal load, the bills.
At a time when the local film industry is going through a transformation, in the nature of the stories being told comes Safe Bet, an action comedy rumored to take imaginative script writing to the next level.
You have a bag. How can you do a robbery and not bring a bag?
The comedic film tells of a down-and-out do-gooder who is swayed to take the easy way out by investing in a fixed boxing match. The twist is he uses his boss's funds, which he must return before it's too late. Though the humor and failed action scenes will keep you entertained, the producer of the film believes there is a deeper meaning.
The story is more than that. The story is about our quest for the dollar, our quest for the paper. We're always chasing behind the paper. And in some instances, we want to make it really quick, you know. So it's like a caution to say, look, the get-rich-quick schemes really don't work out.
Wandile Molebatsi, known for his role in TV series The Wild and 2015 dance film Hear Me Move, takes the lead in this film as Frank.
A lot of actors, and I think I'm one of them, we're very guilty of imposing what we want onto the character. And it's hard just to extract yourself and say, look, what does Frank need to get across? What does Frank need to say to his mother and his father? And that's the moment that I take sometimes as an actor and try and do that. I'm quite excited about this because for the first time I'm playing like a normal Joe who's kind of responsible. And I always joke with Mr. B that I sort of based his character on my older brother because he's an accountant. So he's a really good, steadfast guy who does the right thing and has so much love for his mother and father. And he's just dealing with some home issues that he's trying to overcome. But it was great playing this guy.
The villain in the film, Doc, played by Luthuli Dlamini, is of a caliber the South African film environment is yet to see. Dlamini executes a delightful English accent as a learned thug with impeccable comedic timing.
All right. And then yesterday, how about that?
Doc is that guy you don't want to cross path with. He is that guy who will do anything for money. He can smell money from 100 kilometers away. But his character, if you realize in the film, he is actually like an English kind of character. He taps into those doctors that we have, like the medical practitioners out there, some who have had their licenses terminated because of whatever reasons, and then now they're trying to find other ways of surviving because they can't go back to the medical fraternity, as it were.
Art is all about creativity, but creativity can become costly, especially in an industry like film, where scenes have to be created, casting crew hired and venues rented. Mr. B gives us some insight into the restrictions caused by finances.
The budgets that are often allocated to our movies, they are very limiting, you know, finance-wise they are limiting. They limit our creativity as film producers and directors because you always, even when you're writing a script, you have to make sure that you write scenes that are not going to be too expensive to shoot, which then obviously gives us a problem at a later stage because our viewers don't know. They come to a theater like this and all they see is a blockbuster by the side and I'm here by the other side, but they don't know that I didn't have as much money as the other film next door, you know, which is your Hollywood movies. So it is quite limiting, the budgets that we have.
Safe Bet will open in South African cinemas on March 11, 2016.
When you lose, you come back the next day, park in the same parking spot and try to rob my place.
And of course, we are without a doubt looking forward to the release of Safe Bet. And as the saying goes, time flies when you're having fun. It is the end of the show. Thank you so very much for joining me here in studio and taking a trip into the world of showbiz in South Africa and beyond. For the very best of showbiz news, join me, Refiel Wemwilwa, again next week. Right now, we play out with Male's song titled Feel So Good. Remember to vote for her, please. Her number is *120 *620#. Goodbye.